Hello. So tonight's test is to see if the moonlight is actually cold and produces cold light. So it is actually right now 2:47 and November, I think the 12th, in Miami, and we're going to see our little contraption we set up, which is a little step stool. So right now the probes are sitting on the towel, the tips, which are where it reads. Number one is in the shade of the moon. Number two is in the moonlight directly. And I've just left it there for just a couple of minutes. And we can see that probe one is at 73 degrees, a little bit warmer in the shade of the moon. And number two, which is this one, direct moonlight, is 72 degrees, a little cooler. I'm going to swap them around just to see that the probes are legit. We'll swap them around now. Let's take probe number one right here, and probe number two. We'll put this way. It seems to be that. And let's see if this changes. We'll give it a minute and see what happens. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. Let's check on our probes. Probe number one is now the one that's in the moonlight, and yes, it is reading colder than probe number two. Probe number two is 72 degrees, so it's actually warmer underneath the little stool, just in the shade of the moonlight, and the one that's in the moonlight is colder. So this is proof, because I just swapped them around, and before, the one that was in this was number one before I had it underneath, and the other one I had outside, and underneath was warmer than the one out in the moonlight. So the moonlight, which today, again, not quite a full moon, but a nice big bright moon, and the moonlight actually is putting out cold light. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, so just to prove that the probes are accurate, I'm going to remove the stool. Won't touch those. Both reading 70, because this was in the moonlight and this one was under the shade of the moon. So this one was warmer, and the one that's in the moonlight is colder. Let's leave it for a minute. We'll come back in a minute, and just to verify that the probes are accurate. To conclude our test, we just now removed the little stool off the top of the probe and back there, and just to prove that the probes are accurate. And I've left this out here for like about 5 minutes, so just watch the video here at 3 o'clock in the morning while waiting for this. And right now the probes are exactly the same as they should be, because they're both in the moonlight now, which is cooler. And remember, before, when I had the stool over top here like that, if I left that, it would read 2 degrees warmer. So just for fun, we'll come back and wait another 5 minutes, and I'll come back and see. Now this probe is going to be warmer than the one here that's in the moonlight.